Hi everyone, me, Boaz Shalgi, broadcasting from Galilee. We are here at the frontier. I just want you to understand we're 10 miles south of Lebanon, 8 miles west of Syria. So we are in the hot spot, but we're good, we're strong, and we're not worried. And you know why? The IDF is with us. The Americans are on their way to here. And above all, do not ever forget that the God of Israel, the same God that protected us for thousands of years from all our enemies, is with us. And remember what I always tell you on my tours: one plus God is majority. Amen? Yes. So, some update on what's happening. The war right now is aerial. The Israeli Air Force keeps bombarding and pounding Gaza. Gaza, I would say, almost doesn't exist as we speak. But you need to understand something that they don't always tell you on the news. There's two Gazas. There's the upper city where the people of Gaza live, but there's also a lower city beneath Gaza that they spend billions of dollars, yes, money that came from the US, from the UN, from Europe, to them, to the people of Gaza, so they'll have something to eat. But Hamas never gives the money to the people. That is why they make $1 a day when they go to work, and all the billions go to the lower city in order to build tunnels, in order to build radio communications. The entire command of Hamas is under the ground. Another reason, so when Israel bombs them, the civilians will be killed and they'll stay alive. Now you have to understand, this is something that for Westerners, it is very hard to understand. The more people, the more civilians that will die in Gaza, the better that is for Hamas. They are waiting for the moment where they'll be able to present to the media all the children and men and women that lost their lives because of the evil Israelis. That's the way they see it. That's the way they want it to be. And here is the surprise. Up until now, in all the conflicts with Gaza, Israel's goal was to pound them, to punish them, to claim a toll from them, but not to destroy them. Israel never said, we're going to an operation in Gaza in order to get rid of Hamas. Well, now, bless God, that is what the government has decided. That this war is not about getting into Gaza and killing people in Gaza. It is destroying Hamas. So when this war is over in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, trust me, it's going to be so quiet and peaceful down there that when you come to tour with me in Israel, we may even be able to take you to have hummus in Gaza. I kid you not. Because when Hamas is gone, that's it. There's nothing to worry about. The people of Gaza, they'll be okay. They're not all terrorists, okay? But Hamas, this evil, satanic regime of Hamas, that is the one that wants to see blood all the time. So the Israeli Air Force is doing a great job. Gaza is no longer under control of Hamas. Hamas lost control. What they're doing now is they keep firing rockets to Israel, which honestly the arrow makes a very, very good job eliminating about 95% of them. When the ground operation will start, and that is only a matter of days, then the Israeli army will not only destroy the upper city, but more so the command, the lower city, their electricity, their generators, their radio communication, and above all, the head of the terrorists that are cowards. They're hiding down below. Again, you have to understand, they want their civilians to die, but they don't want themselves to die and not their families. And that is why they already smuggled their families outside of the Gaza as soon as their attack began. As for the northern border, which is where we are now, where I'm talking from right now, Hezbollah, I don't think will start anything because the momentum of Saturday is gone. And now the Israeli army is prepared with lots of forces on the border, and also America is coming here to our help. So there's two big destroyers that are coming here, aircraft carriers, and Biden already told them, if you think of starting another frontier with Israel, don't. And I want to believe that Biden is serious and he means what he says. So this will probably restrain the Hezbollah in Lebanon, and everything will be concentrated on Gaza. And when Gaza is done with, it will be a lot more peaceful. Now, folks, here is what I recommend to you. Stop watching fake news. People on your news have no idea what they're talking about. And I hear rumors and I hear stories, and I sometimes just flip to American channels to see what they say, and it is so far away from what is really happening here in Israel. So I'm gonna keep doing this updating every other day or so. Listen to me, you will get the picture of what's happening here. For groups that want to come to Israel, yes, you're not coming today, you will not come next week. But if your tour is in a few weeks from now, a month and a half, don't cancel that. Don't worry about it. I promise it will be over by then. Even if the Israeli army will spend more time in the Gaza, that will be to clear everything. But that's not going to be a war anymore. You will not feel it here. Plus, we don't go there anyway. We spend our time in different places, but not there. That is very important to do. One more thing that I want people to be very clear about. Everyone that has traveled with me, everyone that follows me for years on Facebook, you heard from me all the time that when you're talking about the Muslim world, you have to understand it's different. And I say that and I emphasize that again. You and us, we worship the same God. The same God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They worship Allah. Who is Allah? Allah is Satan. That's another name for Satan, Allah. And don't let anyone tell you or convince you that Allah is another word for God. No, no, no. Our God is a God of grace. Allah is a God of blood, violence. And I'll tell you, this is not for kids, this video. When you will see in a few days or weeks all the real reports coming from the Jewish kibbutzes near Gaza, you will hear about babies that were beheaded and then burned. You will hear about young women that were raped and then beheaded and then burned. About old women, about 2-year-old babies, 10 months old babies that were kidnapped into Gaza. That is by the command of Allah. And as the people of God, you know exactly that the battle is between Isaac and Ishmael. And you know that Isaac is protected by God. Who protects Ishmael, I don't know, but they follow Satan. And we all know what's going to happen in that last war, that final battle. They will lose. We will prevail. Israel will prevail. Stay on Israel's side. And another thing about the liberals. I'm talking about the liberal Jews. I'm talking about the liberal Jews, Israelis who live here in Israel. They are already criticizing Israel. As long as we were attacked and suffered hundreds and hundreds of dead people, they were quiet. You didn't hear a word. Already now, before the ground invasion even started into Gaza, they start making their voices. Oh, poor Palestinians. What's going to happen to the Palestinians? What's going to happen to the Palestinians? Let me tell you what. They will be pounded. They will be killed. They will be regretting the moment that they raise their fist against God's chosen people. That is what's going to happen to them. That's exactly it. We're seeking justice, and that's what's going to happen. 360,000 Israeli soldiers, reservists, already joined the hundreds of thousands of active duty soldiers. Israelis from all over the world waiting in line to get on private flights to Israel to join their friends on their reservists. and they all have one word in their mouth: revenge. This is not about our survival. We're not fighting for our survival. Hamas is not threatening our survival. But after raping our children, our women, beheading our children, kidnapping people, young people that went to celebrate in that party, there's one word: revenge, and we will gonna claim it big time. What the Palestinians did this time is they invited the angel of death to Gaza. And the angel of death is on his way to Gaza.